Snake Eyes is not completely dead, and it's got a degenerate strategy packing behind it. Hey guys, Otaku here, back with another competitive Yu-Gi-Oh video. So the brand new Forbidden Limited list has dropped about a week ago now, and the format, for the most part, has changed, at least until Rage of the Abyss drops. Everyone kind of agrees that Yubel is the best deck in the format now, with Tenpai directly behind it, and Snake Eyes has taken quite a bit of a hit because its grind game is gone, but also because Snake Eye, Ash, and Poplar are at 1, the best cards that kind of gave it its grind game, but also its versatility to dodge certain hand traps or play through hand traps, kind of gone. However, thanks to the Fiendsmith cards, a buddy of mine has discovered that you can just summon Vanity Fiend. As we already know, Fiendsmith Snake Eye does not need its normal summon. They can play very fine without it. And because of this, a buddy of mine has realized that you can just essentially search Vanity Fiend by dumping it to the graveyard off Aerial Eater and adding it back off M7. And then just use your normal summon at the end of the turn when you're done. This is, of course, pretty strong because it gives you the ability to set up a full Fiendsmith Snake Eye board, and then on top of that, make it so your opponent can't special summon. So it's just even harder to out it. So if they do have Imperm or Droplet, which they probably already expended their Imperm before you even got that far, but if you have Imperm or Droplet, then you have to use it on the Vanity Fiend, which opens the door for them to just be able to special the IP from the back row off of Flameburge, and then because you've already used your Droplet or Imperm, you can't use it on the Flameburge or the IP. But enough of my yammering, let's jump on over to the combo, shall we? Alright, so the ability to do a full Snake Eye end board plus the Vanity Fiend is actually incredibly easy. All we really need to open is Engraver or Tract, preferably Engraver, and then Diabell Star or a way to get to her, or even just Bonfire. The most ideal way to start this off, of course, is opening Engraver and Diabell Star with another monster to pitch off of Diabell Star, or just a dead card in hand to begin with. But we, of course, are going to start this game off by special summoning the Diabell Star and using her effect to set the original Sinful Spoils in the back row. That's pretty much it from that spot for now. We are then going to go Engraver effect, pitch it for cost, add the Fiendsmith Tract. We are then just going to immediately go Fiendsmith bullshit, activate Tract, add the Lurie, discard the Lurie, and special the Lurie. We are then going to link away the Lurie for the Requiem. We then will activate Requiem's effect to special summon the Engraver from the graveyard, and this is where we're not going to go into sequence. We're not going to go into Necroquip just yet. We could, of course, divert, but we do want the Engraver's graveyard effect to special summon from the grave later in the turn. So we are going to activate the OSS, pitching the Diabell Star to special summon Snake Eye Ash. We will go Snake Eye Ash effect to add Poplar, Poplar effect to special, and Poplar effect to get the Temple. We then will activate Temple, get the Snake Eye Diabell Star in the back row. We just kind of want the bodies at the moment here. We, of course, are super open to Nib here, so if you think that you're going to get hit with Nibiru, then maybe don't go this line, but there's also ways to dodge Nibiru and go this line, so don't get completely discouraged. We will then go Snake Eye Ash effect, sending him and the Diabell Star to the graveyard to get the Oak effect to revive that Ash back, and then we will link 2 into the sequence using the Poplar and the Engraver. Poplar effect, put that Diabell Star right back in the back row, and then we'll go sequence effect, putting a Requiem and Lurie back into the deck and extra deck to special summon the Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater effect, dumping the Vanity Fiend, and then we will go Fiendsmith Engraver, putting back another Engraver to special summon himself. We will then Xyz summon into the M7. M7 effect, detach the Aerial Eater for cost to add the Vanity Fiend back to the hand. Guess what we haven't done? Normal summoned. Great. From here, you have full access to just full Snake Eye combo, and then at the end of the turn, just normal summon the Vanity Fiend. I am not the most fluent in Snake Eye combos, so bear with me here, but let's just kind of get to an end board that is somewhat presentable with the Vanity Fiend on board. From here, we will go Snake Eye Diabell Star, putting the Poplar in the back row to special itself from the back row. We'll go Oak, sending him and the Ash away for the Flameburge Dragon. We will then link 3 the sequence and the Flameburge for the Promethean Princess. Flameburge effect, revive the Ash and the Oak, and then we'll go Promethean, revive the Flameburge. We will then link 4 into the Raging Phoenix. Now, I did mess up here. Raging Phoenix needs 2+ fire monsters. I used the M7 as material to make this. but it doesn't really matter. I could use Snake Eye Diablo Star as a material, so just kind of pretend I didn't make the M7 a material here and just later use it as a material later. We could use the M7 as tribute fodder for the Vanity Fiend. It really doesn't change anything on this small mistake, but we will link 4 into the Raging Phoenix. We will then go link 2 into the IP Masquerena. We will then also link 2 again into the Silo Hat Rabbit. Rabbit set the Azaroon into the back row. And then from here, we're pretty much done. We will just go Flameburge, revive the IP into the back row. So that way we have a backup plan if Vanities gets outed. Tribute the Snake Eye Devil Star, but it could also, once again, be tribute the M7 to make the Vanity's Fiend. That's it. Vanity's Fiend in of itself is a powerhouse, but we also have the Azaroon to just kind of kill the normal summon, essentially. But then we also, if Vanity's Fiend does get outed, we have IP Masquerena. Like I said, this isn't like the most ideal end board. You could probably end on like Desiree as well, or other very powerful cards, so that way Vanity's Fiend has a little more backing him up. I'm not the most fluent in Snake Eye combos, but long story short, you really don't need a lot to pull this off. Vanity's Fiend being a floodgate, because neither player can special summon monsters, means that your opponent has to open like Imperm or Droplet to out this card, and that says a lot. But then on top of that, if they do somehow out the Vanity's Fiend, you have backup. You have the Azaroon, you have the Flameburge on the field to revive the IP, but then you also have Promethean Princess in the graveyard along with the Raging Phoenix. You have more playability from here than just the Vanity's Fiend, but the Vanity's Fiend is just an extra obstacle. But that is all I have for you guys today. A bit of a shorter video, but I want to show you all that Snake Eyes has the ability to do some dumb shit, and realistically, you could possibly even do this with other decks. It really just depends on how bad your deck needs its normal summon, and as we know, Snake Eyes doesn't need its normal summon. But be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're not already, and like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. But with that, I'll see you all in the next video. See ya.